Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the very interesting topic of federalism, that is types of federation. We earlier already discussed about the definition of federalism and what is the importance of federalism to set up democratic ideas, and we also discussed the various characteristics of the federalism and how to identify federal countries, by its characteristics. All these details we explored yesterday. In today's video, I would like to tell you what are the types of federation and whether these federations are formed in what ways. What are their advantages? In which countries in the world are practicing which type of federation? We are going to deal all these topics in this particular video. So let us start the types of federation. In coming together federation, when independent states come together on their own and form a bigger unit, this is called coming together federation. Here what happens? Independent states come together on their own and form a bigger unit. This is called coming together federation. Means there is no united country in this particular area, but independent states are there. So these independent states decided to come together on their own and form a bigger unit. This is called coming together federation. In this way, this type of federation is formed. But in holding together federation, this type of federation formed in another way, such as when large country decides to divide its power among various constituent units. This is known as holding together federation. Means in this type of federation there is already large country. Country is already existed, but this country having large area decides to divide its power among various levels and constituent units of the country and holds the country under one particular roof. This is known as holding together federation. So federations are formed in these ways. In first way, that is independent states come together to form big unit and country. But in another way, a large country is there and this country decides to divide its power among various constituent units of the country and holds the country. This is called holding together federation. Dear students, second point, let us see what is there. In coming together federation, as I already told you that independent states are there to form bigger unit. So central and state governments have equal powers. Central and state governments have equal powers. But in holding together federation, central government is more powerful than state government. Because in this type of government, country decides to divide its power among various levels of government. Therefore, here central government always has more power, or it is always more powerful than state government. And state government is less powerful than central government. But here in coming together federation, as all states have equal power, they are not subordinate. Therefore, central and state governments have usually equal powers in coming together federation. Dear students, third point, let us see what is there. Third point says that examples are USA, Switzerland, and Australia. These are the types of coming together federation. And here third point, examples are India, Spain and Belgium. India, Spain and Belgium. These are the examples of holding together type of federation. So keep in mind, dear student, this question asked many times in the board examination for 3 marks. So these are 3 points of this type of federation, okay, and the difference between coming together and holding together type of federation. Okay, so please remember very well, okay, and study well. In this way, there are 2 types of federations which are practiced in different countries of the world. So this is the federal ideas which makes the country more united, which makes the country very efficient to work at the ground level. This is known as coming together and holding together federation. So one very important fact I would like to share in this video is that in coming together federation, any country, any state can form their separate nation. Okay, any state can form separate country or separate nation. But in holding together federation, no state is allowed to form separate nation. Many states can be created from one state. For example, in India, Telangana was created from Andhra Pradesh. Chhattisgarh was created from Madhya Pradesh. In this way, one state can be created from another state. Okay, or more than 2 states can also be created from main state. But no state is allowed to form separate nation in this holding together type of federation. Suppose in future from Maharashtra Vidarbha will be separated. अगर विदर्भ सेपरेट होगा तो विदर्भ सेपरेट स्टेट बनेगा, लेकिन विदर्भ सेपरेट कंट्री नहीं बन सकती इंडिया में रहके. दिस इज द क्लियर फैक्ट अबाउट दिस टाइप ऑफ फेडरेशन. Okay, so please remember and keep in mind that these 2 federations are very essential for any democratic setup in the different countries of the world. Now let us discuss the another topic of this same lesson of federalism. What makes India a federal country? We already discussed that federalism is for sharing power, distribution of power to various levels of government. So here question arises that what powers central authority shares to other levels of government? What actually powers they possess? What actually subjects they have where they makes law for the country or state governments? This is the question in this particular video. So let us explore the answer of this question. Okay, here that what makes India a federal country? Okay, now there are 3 lists in the federal country. Okay, in India there are 3 lists: union list, state list and concurrent list. In union list there are subjects of national importance. There are subjects of national importance, okay, for entire country, such as currency, banking, foreign affairs, then defense, etc. Okay, etc. Like this, there are near about 97 subjects in यूनियन लिस्ट. ओके, इस तरह से यानी करेंसी है, बैंकिंग है, फॉरेन अफेयर्स और डिफेंस, और इस तरह के पूरे कंट्री के इंपॉर्टेंस के 97 सब्जेक्ट्स है यूनियन लिस्ट में. ओके, सो दिस 97 सब्जेक्ट्स ओनली यूनियन गवर्नमेंट मींस सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कैन मेक लॉज ऑन दीस सब्जेक्ट्स, नो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स. Okay, only union government or central government can formulate laws on the subjects mentioned in this union list. Okay, and then implement these laws throughout the country. In this way, union government has power with it, okay, to make the laws for various topics. Second, state list. In state list, okay, there are subjects of state importance. Okay, such as police, trade, okay, police, trade, agriculture, irrigation, etc. Okay, these are various subjects of the state government. So there are 66 subjects in the state list. So therefore, on these 66 subjects such as police, trade, agriculture, irrigation, etc., state governments alone can make laws. It means on the subjects of police, Maharashtra state governments can make law. On the police, Madhya Pradesh state government can make law. Okay, in this way, state governments can make laws on the subjects mentioned in the state list. Okay, but there is one important point is that the law of police department can be different from Maharashtra to Madhya Pradesh. Okay, means law made on police department of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra can be different. Okay, can be different because it is the subject of state government. It depends on that state governments and its assembly. Okay, how and what way, okay, should they make laws on the subjects mentioned in the state list. ये स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर डिपेंड है कि पुलिस पर मध्य प्रदेश का जो लॉ है वो अलग हो सकता है, पुलिस पर तेलंगाना या आंध्र प्रदेश का लॉ अलग हो सकता है महाराष्ट्र से. ओके, महाराष्ट्र का लॉ पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट्स पर जो है वो बाकी स्टेट से अलग रह सकता है. व्हाई? बिकॉज दिस इज द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टेट. So therefore, only state governments can make laws on the subjects mentioned in the state list. Okay, now third, concurrent list. In concurrent list there are 47 subjects. Okay, 47 subjects which are both national and state importance. Okay, national and state importance. And in these concurrent list subjects, okay, both union and state government can make laws. दोनों बना सकते हैं, यूनियन और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट दोनों लॉ बना सकते हैं इस लिस्ट में जितने सब्जेक्ट है उसके ऊपर. ओके, इन दिस लिस्ट देयर आर सब्जेक्ट सच एज फॉरेस्ट, ट्रेड यूनियन, मैरिज, adoption and succession. Okay, these are various subjects, etc. There are many subjects like 47. So on this forest or trade union or marriage or adoption or succession, okay, ये सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर दोनों यूनियन गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट लॉ बना सकते हैं. Okay, both the governments can make laws on the subjects mentioned in the concurrent list. But if the law made by union government and state government differ means what? अगर दोनों ने लॉ बनाए और दोनों के लॉ में डिफरेंस है. फॉर एग्जांपल, लॉ मेड बाय यूनियन गवर्नमेंट, ओके, ऑन फॉरेस्ट इज डिफरेंट दैन द लॉ मेड बाय स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ऑन फॉरेस्ट. दैट टाइम union government's law will prevail means considered final. Okay, considered final. अगर दोनों स्टेट और यूनियन गवर्नमेंट लॉ बनाते हैं फॉरेस्ट के ऊपर, तो फॉरेस्ट में जो लॉ बनाया है दोनों ने, तो उन दोनों के लॉ में अगर डिफरेंस है then that time union government laws will prevail or it is considered final. Okay, so in this way these are three lists which makes India a federal country. Now, what about the other subject which does not fall in any of the list mentioned here? Okay, the subject is, the power is residuary powers. Okay, here there is only one subject, computer and software. Why this subject does not fall in any of this list? Because this subject came later. Because Constitution was framed on in 1947 to 1950. That time computer and software subject was unknown to India. It was unknown to India. At that time computer and software was not present in India. Okay, therefore this subject was not known. Okay, but this subject came recently. Okay, just 25 or 30 years ago. therefore this subject did not include in any of the list by the government. So this subject was included in special powers, which is called residuary powers. In residuary powers, computer and software subject is included. And which government can make laws on this subject? Only union government can make laws on the subject mentioned in the residuary powers, that is computer and software. Because dear students, you might be knowing that computer and software, cyber crime, cyber law and digitalization in every field is now very important factor in today's world or today's scenario. Okay, we cannot perform our functions better without the computer and software and digitalization. Therefore, this subject has now become the pioneer subject in every field of the department in the country. Okay, therefore, on this subject only central government, that is union government, can make laws. Therefore, we can say that India is not a 100% federal country. Okay, it is somewhat federal and somewhat unitary type of government. Why? Because here union government can make laws on the subject. There are 97 subjects. Concurrent list, there are 47 subjects, but if there is a difference between the law made by union and state government, then union government laws will prevail. मीन्स यहाँ पर भी यूनियन का ही ज्यादा पावर चलता है कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट में. यूनियन में तो ऑलरेडी है ज्यादा सब्जेक्ट, वहां पर भी कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट में भी उनका ही पावर ज्यादा चलता है. और रेजिडेंट पावर्स में जो एक सब्जेक्ट है वहां पर भी उनका ही पावर चलता है. यानी ज्यादा से ज्यादा पावर किसके पास है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास. So if central government is more powerful, okay, it has many powers to take the decision, then we can call such country as unitary type of government. But in India there are more levels of government and central government shared its power to various levels of government. That is why on the other hand India is federal country also. So keep in mind, India has two types of characteristics. Okay, some characteristics of unitary type of government and some characteristics of federal type of government. Okay, therefore India is somewhat unitary type of government and somewhat federal type of government. But keep in mind that this list makes India a federal country because federal mean sharing power. So this 97 subject union is power is lies to union. 66 subject given to state list. Okay, means this is power given by central government to state government. Means power is shared like federalism. Okay, and again there is list where both the levels of government can make laws. So in this way, India is a federal country because this is threefold distribution of powers. Okay, so dear students, I hope that you have understood this particular part of the lesson of federalism, which makes us very energetic and very excited about how the government works in different way. Okay, and how the big decisions are taken in the democratic country. Okay, this is all about the federal division of powers. So I hope you have understood this well. Read the lesson carefully once again. Okay, and we'll meet tomorrow with another video. Till then, you study well. Thank you.